Hey, what's up? Good morning. Lots to talk about, but I'm going to sum it up to a really good event. Um, we'll talk more about the event later, but I have an autographed bottle of tequila from the one and only Brian Shannon. This is a one and only, and it says Kenny in VWAP we trust, Brian Shannon. So that's enough right there to make it a great day. But it was also the greatest day in VWAP history. We had a faux show, bro, VWAP break on the entire market, also confirming the idea that I've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. There is no bear market, right? When they start talking about the bear market, it's already over. Everything's priced in. So, yeah, sure, you were manipulated by Trump. Oh my God, I'm going to crash the market. I'm crashing the market. All right, you know what? I'm not going to crash the market. And we're back. And we're back. And all of the stuff that we talked about months ago before the tariff tantrum, the levels on the cues, what would happen if we broke 475? What would happen if we broke 450? 450 gets you to 420. 420 was the August lows. Break under 420, we capitulate maybe to 395. We almost got to 395, was 398. Faux show, bro. Faux show, bro, the entire market, right? Faux show, bro. The faux show, bro works on the day chart, the week chart, the month chart in perpetuity. But you also understand the market never goes down. There's too many moving parts. And I cannot believe how many conversations I had about this yesterday. And everybody has their own theory. One guy was talking about it. My man from Fidelity, Gags. What's up, Gags? He was talking about demographics have switched also, which is true. There are so many more people that are interested in the market. Just think about it. My son and my nephew who want to purchase stocks, right? They don't care where the market's been. They just care about where it's going, and it generally goes up. They're buying. So there's new investors being created all the time, and now there's more people that are interested, more people interested, and more people are doing what we do, and there's more people that are going to buy every dip. And these moments in time where the unprecedented event, like I said 2 weeks ago, there's no such thing as an unprecedented event. It's the same event, just different uh, context. So yen carry, they crashed the market. What was the yen carry trade? Nobody knows, right? So they needed something else. Hey, what can we do to crash the market? I don't know. Let's get Trump to bring out a big piece of cardboard with a bunch of numbers on it. That'll scare people. Sure. Oh my God, this is unprecedented. No, it's never unprecedented. Unprecedented will be a nuclear war, right? Real nuclear war, like a bomb goes off in Central Park. But even that, the market would sell off for 2 weeks, and then we'd have the reconstruction rally, and we'd all come together, kumbaya. We'd all be, united against our new enemy who dropped the bomb in Central Park, and the market would rally. It never goes down. Well, Kenny, it went down. Yeah, I know it went down. Right. So the one sign you were looking for, right? What was the one sign you were looking for? Bad news being interpreted as good, right? Remember, after the Trump monster move, you had a consolidation of that gain, and then Tesla earnings came out, and they were bad, and the stock went up. Bull market. That's it. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this. I hope you guys understand that this is just one big repetitious moment. And if you take away stuff from the stuff you did wrong, and that's why this time I wasn't fooled. There wasn't even a doubt in my mind. I still don't know if we're going to go back to all time highs, but there was no chance in hell that you shouldn't have been partaking in this rally once we got over the 420 again. 420 got you to 443.50. 443.14 was the generational low. Once we got above that, you had to get over the Trump April candle, which was 462. So we got over that. We shot to the 477. So yesterday, after I said, hey, this market's never going down ever again, what happened? We got smacked down because of the GDP. The GDP, we're going into a recession. The market already knows that. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. And again, whether or not it starts to matter again doesn't matter either, because you're living in the moment and you're trading for the moment, right? You don't care, right? You got your stops in now. If the cues break down under 477 now you know you sell, but you're probably in from 420. But again, it doesn't, none of that matters. Yesterday matters. Yesterday was the proving ground to the market. Yesterday threw everything they had left to throw at it, and it faux show broed. The entire market faux show broed, just like it's done over the monthly. The faux show bro was 420 to 395, back above 420, and we're ripping. That pattern replicates itself. That's why when you start working with us, and you'll start to see this pattern, and then around the VWAP and prior day VWAP, it's the most profitable trade you'll ever find. And I saw we did some back testing on the QQQ. It's just over the last, well, I won't give you the numbers now, but we've been doing the back testing. We have an algorithm now. We have it. It's working, and it's fantastic. So today you're walking in with the market up huge. I don't know if you should be a seller. I don't even know if you should be playing fades. This market is way, way too strong. And the idea of the fear of missing out of the new bull market is way more important than the fear of losing money. It is. People would rather lose money than miss out on the best bull market. And here's again, this is what I've been saying for weeks. The reason we can't go down is once they trap the shorts, right? They trap the shorts first, right? Then what happens is the buy on dippers who didn't have the courage to buy that dip, right? They're chasing now. So you have the shorts who are trapped. They're looking to buy to cover on any pullback. Oh my God, if I could just get out of these shorts, I will. They're looking to buy. The buy on dippers are just looking for another buy on dip to buy. So everybody's looking to buy. And that's how you have a market that never goes down. Because every time it does, the same scenario plays out. Oh my God, this is unprecedented. People still writing their thesis about why the market's not going to go up. Oh my God, a recession. They're going to have to rethink it all over again. So when you're liquid, you see this stuff and it's a comedy show and you understand. And I was at a conference yesterday. There must have been, we had 1,000 people here. It was jammed. I'm deaf now because I have a hard time hearing. And when I'm in a crowd, it's so difficult for me to concentrate because I have something that's bizarre. I only hear background noise. So you're right in front of me. I'm trying to have a conversation. It's awful. I probably should get a hearing aid at this point. But again, if you're watching this video, you're on my list. And if this was the first week you were here, again, I know it's mostly about day trading. But if you took what I was talking about under advisement, yesterday might have been the greatest day of your life. Yesterday was the day that I explained. If you could get 5 of those days in a year, you're going to be all right, because yesterday is the kind of day where you bank, right? We've had already 20 of yesterdays this year. You need the market to crash. You need the market to fall apart. You need volatility to create the opportunity. That's why volatility is the greatest thing. That's why when the market starts to grind higher and we're in that typical bull market, it's not any good. You need chaos, because inevitably chaos always clears up. Chaos gives you the opportunity to make real, like, not just your typical getting paid for the day. These are week makers, month makers, year makers. Unbelievable. It is just the greatest action ever. And once again, shout out to my father. Once again, the dude just doesn't fail, right? That's why he didn't buy puts on the way down. He sold calls to hedge the moment when we were crashing. And look, it's all worked out. We're above 470 again. We're at 485 on the Qs, like nothing happened. And if we consolidate above the 460, 250 for the next couple of weeks, where are we going? And then we're going to be talking about Apple and Amazon tonight. If we get through that, we're tacking on more. And then we're going to be talking about NVIDIA. And if the chip stocks start to come back again, forget about it, right? So remember, because of Trump and the crash, people start to think, oh, I guess the AI revolution is not happening. Okay, the quantum computing revolution is not going to happen. No, it was still going to happen no matter what. It's still happening. Just because he tried to crash the market, or sorry, did crash the market, didn't stop progress. right? It was going to happen anyway. So I don't even know how to feel today about what I'm looking at. I tell you one thing, I'm very nervous to short something, but once those trades start to show up, again, I'm not really a fan of buying into a market that's up, you know, 20 points from yesterday when I left the Qs were down at 462, we're at 484. I don't buy into this, right? So I got to wait for some of this to dissipate, but there'll be opportunities somewhere under the surface. Just amazing amount of opportunity. And I mean, Palantir back to 120 already. I mean, come on. You don't now, you probably would think it, oh my God, he's getting this one wrong. Okay. We sold it at 120 and then we shorted it. Remember that? And remember that option I still had for a year out? Yeah, it's back. And that's why if you're going to own stocks and if you're going to use leaps to buy options, it's great because you're limiting your risk and you have more time to own the stock. And next thing you know, Palantir is back to 120 already. You know, unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I'm not getting in the way of this freight train. And again, if volatility spikes up and we roll over, you never know. Maybe today's a blow off top. I don't see it happening, but it could. So you prepare for it. So, again, if you're looking at some stocks individually today, Meta, Microsoft, and Hood, obviously Qualcomm, eBay, those are your big ones. But, that's all basically the QQQ. Tonight, we're going to be schmoozing if I have a voice. I don't like trying, talking over people all night. Puts a strain on it. It was a really good event, really fun. And I don't know if you guys saw me on StockTwits, but yeah, we did. I'm going to probably do a little bit every week now with those guys. So you got the big ones. And this morning you also have Eli Lilly, if anybody cares, CVS, Roblox, McDonald's, MasterCard, Shake Shack, Moderna. Let's see if Moderna. I'm curious if this thing, what is that, mRNA? Down a buck. SMCI fighting back the way it did yesterday. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So just ask questions in the room. I got to make sure what we're doing here. I think we're opening the room for 48 straight hours now. So you got to have to just email and yeah. Oh, we're going to simulcast the room. So that's what we're doing. So it's on Stock Market TV. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking to two groups of people right now, my members and the YouTubers. But yeah, just if you haven't seen us do this live, now's your chance. All right. All right. I'll be in the room. I'll see you guys later.